A few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready, right 25.
Check, check, watch 54, watch 54. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.
Ready, set.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Go. Go.
Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Check curls, check curls. He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Crash, crash.
Wait. Hey, zoom.
Mike's by 4. Record.
Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 57.
On 3rd and 1, Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Christian McCaffrey deep for Carolina. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is taken at about the 14. A big boot that time, 57 yards the official distance. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10.
Ready, 15, run, 59. Give me that ball, defense.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Rock it.
2nd and 2. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And now nothing but green ahead of him. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt, they're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Samson Ebukam able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Yeah, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
To try again after the sack. Ryan, man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after it.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Here we go.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. McCaffrey following the penalty. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. They'll drop the throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Takk McKinley made his way into the backfield.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Palardy now on to punt as he sends this one away. Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and angled for them and shot for them. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
Watch QB's up. Hey, Alpha. 59 Mike, 59 Mike. Check, 59.
Watch the run, watch the run.
Check.
Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9".
From the shotgun, Ryan. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. Hey, Rick Lance.
Mike 5'4".
Hey, 5'7".
It's our deal. Hey, it's our round.
Throwing again. Ryan gets it off to Freeman. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1.
Here we go. 11. Go.
Mike 54. I got
39.
They snap it at 1. Now Ryan. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. 1st quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you. Keep pressing forward.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
You ready?
Hey, echo.
Check 45 to Mike. Check 45 to Mike. Here we go.
He's coming. On, let's go.
2nd and 10. And he's got his man. It's Samuel. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Gano for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
14. Falcons, nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14, Falcons, nothing.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now third and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Take it at the 37. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First down, Carolina.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah.
They'll run on first down. Dillon breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Let's go. 18 Gators.
45. Let's go, B. Big series right up.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And it's now 21-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
On 2nd and 11 now. Ryan, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. From the gun, it's Ryan. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds back near their own 20.
At their own 23-yard line.
Ready?
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? But everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards, 1st down, Panthers.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10.
Hey, Delta.
Check 45 to Mike. Check 45 to Mike.
Hey, watch the get it.
Now back to throw. That's going to be caught by Samuel.
Let's go, fellas.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Ian Thomas, his first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Gano the extra point, and the rout is on here in this first half.
Falcons, nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now is